Each year, thousands of films are released, each more unique and different from the last. Obviously, that's not true. The majority of the stuff is reboots, rehashes, remakes, but that's besides the point. Have you ever had a point where you see a trailer and think, I swear I've seen this before? I don't mean some Marvel film where you see Captain America pop up and go, wasn't he in the last one? I mean like, this is almost identical to what I just watched. I have some news, maybe in some way you did. This brings up the phrase of twin films. When two studios release films with similar plots, characters, scenes, all around the same time. There's been a handful of examples over the past few years with Skate Kitchen and Mid-90s, The Miseducation of Karen Post and Boy Erased. Even fucking Friends of Benefits is a twin film. Today, I want to discuss one of the stories of twin films and maybe some benefits behind it. The year is 1995. Toy Story is released and opens to rave reviews. Everyone's watching it, they all love it, and it sets a direction for where animated films are going to go next. John Lasseter is sitting on his arse one day and thinks to himself, insects are pretty cool, I guess. And that gave the guy the idea for A Bug's Life. Now, a year prior to this, Jeffrey Katzenberg, the chairman of Walt Disney Studios, decides, I've had enough, and he leaves the company and meets his buddy Steven Spielberg and David Geffen. The three of them decide, why don't we just set up our own animation company? And therefore, DreamWorks Pictures comes into existence. Now, you have to keep in mind at the time that Lasseter and Katzenberg are still best buds and keep in touch as this is all going on. They have little catch-ups. Hey, how did Toy Story do? Yeah, mate, fucking mint. We made so much money. People are loving this. The whole computer animated thing, it might be the next step forward. We are doing bits. How's DreamWorks? Yeah, it's going alright, I suppose. We've got a few ideas. That doesn't matter though. What are you working on next? So Lasseter lets Katzenberg on a little secret. We've got this movie coming up. It's about the one thing you'd never imagine. Ants. See, this right here, big mistake. Katzenberg is no idiot and realised that he's not just competing with Disney anymore. Pixar is now a huge threat. So he did what any close friend would do in this situation. He stole his mate's idea. Listen, I know it's a morally bad thing to do, but what would you have done? Made Shrek? I don't think so, mate. It's the 90s, it's not 2001 yet. So Katzenberg quickly puts together a team and says, listen lads, we're making a movie about ants, get a shift on, let's get it done, we gotta finish it before they do. And they crack on. Fast forward to 1998. Lasseter is aware that Ants is coming, but one day he gets a call from Katzenberg. He says, we won't release Ants a month before A Bug's Life, but you need to do us a favour and release it in December of this year. The reason for this is because it turned out that this was the exact month that DreamWorks was releasing another film, The Prince of Egypt. Lasseter and Pixar say no to the offer, which means that Ants would still release on November 6th, 1998. What was the outcome of all of this? Did DreamWorks really fuck up Pixar? Did they put an end to this evil company? Well, I'll tell you some facts. Ants opened in November of 1998 to positive reviews, but it was low-key a little bit of a flop. $105 million budget plus marketing. A box office result of $171 million. It might have made a little bit of profit, but at the end of the day, it's still a little bit of a failure. Even funnier when realizing that The Prince of Egypt released a month later, and it did better at the box office. How did A Bug's Life do? They must have released it in December, of course. Well, obviously they didn't. Instead, they released the film in February of 1999 to even better reviews, better box office, and it also cost significantly less than the other two movies. It is speculated to cost close to $120 million. There is no solid facts for this, but I guess maybe Lasseter will tell us one day. At the end of the day, box office means nothing. You can have a film that makes so much money and it could be rubbish. It's the same with music. Something charts at the top doesn't make it a good song. Which film is more notable to bring up and speak about, and is still somewhat relevant to pop culture today? I mean, neither of them really are, but when you think of Pixar and DreamWorks, one of them is still... Actually, no, they both kind of suck now. What am I saying? I'm not afraid to say that Bug's Life is one of my favourite Pixar films. I know a lot of people hate on it, I don't care. I loved this film growing up. This is a fun bit of rivalry, despite one of the companies doing a really shitty thing. I think twin films, as stupid as the phrase and idea is, it allows us to see two different studios' interpretations of the same idea. And there's some fun to that. Again, studios should not do this all the time. We would get sick of it, watching the same stuff over and over again. That clearly hasn't stopped them. I personally do find a little bit of fun in this though. As evil as it is, it creates different visions that we can see and just how different directors and studios would tackle the same ideals. The reason I wanted to make this video in the first place is because I watched Immaculate a few weeks ago, and now this week I watched The First Omen, and I realised I was watching the exact same film, even though one of them was in production long before the other. However, the other one is kind of a prequel, so so it's weird. It's still cool to see two different takes on the same story. Although it can become irritating and greedy to see this happen, there is one thing that we can all count on when witnessing twin films, and that is which studio is more lazy and more money hungry. Thanks for watching. This is something I wanted to speak about for a little bit, but after watching The First Omen, I was like, oh, that's the perfect kind of segue into making this. I might do more little movie history things like this. Of course, this isn't the first example of twin films, but it's the most notable one, I feel, and it's one that, like, I was gonna say I was alive for. I technically wasn't, but it wasn't too far before I was born, so check out my other videos if you haven't. See ya.